Hello, and welcome to What the Tech from Boast AI, where we talk with some of the brilliant minds behind new and exciting SR&ED initiatives to learn what it takes to tackle technological uncertainty and eventually change the world. I'm thrilled this week to be chatting with Mehrsa Raeiszadeh, co-founder and COO of Mintlist, which is an online marketplace connecting thousands of car dealers so that customers receive hundreds of offers on their car in just 30 minutes. I'll let Mehrsa give us the rundown on how Mintlist is changing the game when it comes to buying and selling cars, and how her team was able to work with Boast AI to help maximize their tax benefits and fund their innovation. Without further ado, welcome to the show, Mehrsa.
Hi, Paul. Fantastic meeting you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to have you here. So before we dive in on the business questions, I'd love for you to share a little bit about yourself. You've got a very impressive CV, and I'd love to know how you came to be one of the leading tech entrepreneurs in BC.
Thank you for the kind notes. I'm blushing. The listeners cannot see that, but I'm definitely blushing.
Oh.
My background, I was born in Iran by two perfectionist parents, and I'm also ADHD. After I broke quite a few things in the house, my parents put me swimming. So I was a pro swimmer. I swam for the national team, broke national records. Being Iranian, education is important. So my parents sent me to the States for grad school, did my PhD at Georgia Tech, 20 plus publications in 3 years, 4.0 GPA, all the good stuff.
Oh, that is impressive. 3 years. How did you pull that off? That could be a whole other show, but... All right, so diving into Mintlist, tell us a bit about the business. I mean, give us some background on what the products or services are, what unique problems you're trying to sell. More or less, what's your genesis story?
Fantastic. I love talking about Mintlist. I think every co-founder and founder loves talking about their startups. It's your baby, right? So Mintlist is an online marketplace for buying and selling cars, like Amazon of cars. So we band all the dealers together, the best of the best in the city. And then if you want to sell your car, you take a few pictures, just like how you deposit a check in your online banking. We show the outline of the car. You take a few pictures. We use artificial intelligence, pull up your inspection report. It can even pick up the scratches on the bumper of your car to your tire condition. We pull your Carfax, put it up in a 30-minute auction to hundreds of dealers, and you receive between 50 to 150 offers within 30 minutes. It's like driving to 100 different dealers and see who pays the most for your car. And in 30 minutes, you get the best offer, no negotiation, no fees, and no obligations to sell. And we don't share your information with the dealer unless you accept the offer. So there's no pressure. And if you want to buy a car, you can choose any car from any dealer. And we have over $500 million worth of inventory. And we just started last year. We launched last year. It's good. Things are good.
That is awesome to have that all accomplished and just only be on the market for 1 year. I imagine you guys have huge things ahead of you. I know personally, I don't drive right now. And a big reason for that is I don't even want to start going into the shopping process. So anything that could simplify that, that's music to my ears. But going into the actual R&D initiatives and I guess innovations that you guys drove, it sounds like there are tons of integrations onto your platform. You're leveraging AI. Could you just give me some insights about like what the specific, I guess, for lack of a better word, innovation is that you guys are delivering with Mintlist?
Absolutely. So we're the first platform in North America that allows you to mix and match dealers. And what I mean by that is that you, as a customer, as I said, you can go to the platform, list your car in the auction, and then imagine you have a Toyota, you get an offer for $30,000 from a Toyota dealer, and then you want to buy a car, like let's say an Audi from an Audi dealer for $50,000. So you can actually trade it, mix and match the dealers, sell your car to your highest bidder dealer, and then go pick up another car from another dealer and pay the tax on the difference. So imagine you sell your Toyota to a Toyota dealer for $30,000 and pick up a Audi from an Audi dealer for $50,000, and you pay the tax on a $20,000 difference. So that's like thousands of dollars in savings. So you don't have to list your car on Craigslist and Kijiji for $500, $1,500 more. So doing all that, the platform is quite complex, and we want to make sure when you have to go through all that, everything is easy for the customer. So in the background, there's a lot happening. So you can list your car in 30 minutes, get 150 offers, and then whoop, trade it to another car and save thousands of dollars. So lots is happening in the background from AI, from data storage, how to consume the data, all the integrations with this manufacturers, data aggregators. So you don't have to be a car expert to list your car the way that you get the best price for it. We put all the data, all the factory options, so you'll get the best offer for your car. All those integrations, of course, is extremely technical. And how do we put that very simple solution in front of the customer? And for the dealers, how do we present the car in the best way so they offer our customers the best price? So lots happening in the background. The technology is patented. We have a bunch of trademarks, it's patented, and the technology itself is quite complex, which our amazing Boast team has been helping us with for our shred claims.
Love to hear it. Yeah, I know that our integrations on our back end are extremely complex and similar to what you're delivering to. You're talking to the customers themselves who are selling the cars, but even the dealerships. There needs to be that back and forth on both ends. You have two audiences, and it's different integrations to get that information for those different groups all in one platform. So I can only imagine that took a lot of shred process to get done.
It did, and I can tell you a little bit about it. So for shred, it's something that is very important because we're a software company, we're a technical company. It's all about technology. So most of the payroll is just tech team. Filing our shred claims is a huge part of the work that we do. So we wanted to make sure that we maximize it. And I've done shred claims before. My previous company was a life sciences, extremely technical as well. It was similar to the work that I did in my PhD, so I knew the technology in and out. I took on the shred and we're working with the team on the shred claims ourselves, and it's lengthy. It takes a lot of time. Like when you're doing your shred, like year end and then shred claims, you definitely can see the impact of it on your workload. And it definitely reduces your R&D capacity from the team because everyone's like hands on the deck trying to write technical reports, going through all your timesheets and putting it all together. It's a very lengthy process. So when we built Mintlist and I was looking at it, I was like, okay, we are spending a lot of money on R&D and innovation, solving technical problems. Filing shred and maximizing our shred claim is going to be extremely important for us. I got introduced to Boast. And it was no brainer for me because the way that one of my founder friends explained it to me was that they made it so easy that founders would use it. And I was like, okay. I got on the phone with one of the Boast reps and I said, okay, she started talking about it. I was like, no, stop. I just have one question for you. This is what I've heard about Boast. Just tell me if it's correct or not. She was like, what is it? I was like, I've heard you make the process extremely simple. It's going to reduce the time that I do, and you're going to maximize my shred, and your fees are not as high as the other firms. She was like, okay, yes. I was like, okay, on. Send me the agreements, we're on it. So, and it's been just like that. It was just like these three things that I think every founder cares for. You want to make sure that you're minimizing the time that you're taking from your tech team. You want to maximize your shred claims, and you want to make sure that it's something that's affordable. You can afford it and is not like you feel comfortable paying for that service. Because for founders, every dollar counts.
Absolutely. And that's another great point you would make. You've done this before yourself. You've tried to do shred without help before. And I'm not sure if you know offhand how many hours that could take at end of year for a team to actually execute on. I know that we have our estimates on how long it takes us to do it for our customers, but that time-saving component is one that I think really brings it home when we're talking about what the value add can be for Boast for founders, and especially when talking to founders who've tried it on their own. They know firsthand what intensive process it could be.
Just the technical report itself could be tens of hours. Yeah. And to that quality of a technical report, this is not something that I would give to a junior developer, even an intermediate developer, because they must have experience with shred. And also they need to understand the platform very deeply on all levels, because they need to understand all the R&D activities, all the initiatives, not only what they work on. So this is something that, for example, I would bring in my tech lead and my product lead. And those people are extremely expensive for the company because what they do, not everyone else can. So these are valuable hours of the team that we're saving. These are the most expensive people of the company that had to do the work to get to that technical report.
Oh, absolutely. And even to that end, if they're focused on pulling together a technical report when they should be actually working on the shred activities that might qualify for more
Exactly.
that's a much better use of their very, very valuable time in the end of the day. I totally hear you on that one. So now talking about your actual tax refund that Boast helped you achieve. What have you done with that money? How has that fueled your runway or helped you expand your innovation? And what are your plans for the future?
Yeah, I think my experience has been great. We've done our claims with both, shred claims with both for the first time last year, but we stacked both 2021 and 2022. So we applied for 2 years and we stacked them. And actually, one of our both reps, he told us to, oh, actually, stack them up. You haven't done it. It's going to be a lot easier if you just stack them up and apply for both of them at the same time, which was a fantastic advice. And he said we have a 50% chance of just, there's usually, if you, for the first year, there's a chance of you not getting audited. So the reimbursement that you get from the government is a lot faster. And we were fortunate that the process was extremely fast for us. Was stacked 2021 and 2022. We got two big fat checks coming to our door, 6 digits, big numbers. Absolutely. I remember like I was in a meditation camp for Christmas. I came back and I opened my phone and my co-founder had sent me two checks. And I was like, is this a joke? I was like, Santa came early this year. Yeah.
Oh,
Like, but I think what we put it into is that when you maximize your shred claim, the money that you get back, you can fuel your tech team. We're very fortunate to be in Canada and build our dream companies in this country. There's such amazing government support. And I think Boast isn't a startup within itself. They have disrupted this shred claiming industry and they've really made it a streamlined for founders. So I love it. I can go on and on about it, Paul. You tell me how much you want me to dig into this.
you're taking the words out of my mouth, honestly. I was going to say, I just love that we work with companies that embody what we're doing. And that's more or less what you're alluding to, I think, and that we're a startup. We're trying to fuel our own runway and that we're part of the ecosystem with leaders like you. It makes all the difference for us. It's why I know a lot of us sign on every day. So this is fantastic.
I feel Boast is an extended part of my team. I can reach out and they're accessible, they're extremely supportive. And I feel that if something happens, they're the experts and I have access to them. And I don't have to pay for that person full time in my team.
That's amazing, actually. Yeah, that's what we want to be. We want to be an extension of your team so that the people who you hire do work on the R&D. They're working on the R&D. They're getting the shred done. They're actually extending your runway, and we can be the people you tap to help you with anything as it relates to tax credits without putting the onus on you. We're going to get the information because we got the platform for it, but it's our people too. Actually, I know you had given that example before we had hopped on about when our CTO reached out to you. Could you unpack that actually a little bit for us?
Absolutely. I think one thing that I will always remember about Boast is we had this government grant come in, and it was something that's new. We've never dealt with it. And stacking was a big concern as soon as it came in. And I was like, okay, I was a little bit confused about how that government grant will work with Shred and how the stacking would be. And I contacted one of our contacts at Boast. And then before I knew, everything went up the chain. And all of a sudden, the CTO called me. And I was like, am I talking to the CTO of Boast? I was like, this is fantastic. And then he got on a call with me. He was like, okay, I'm personally on it. We're going to build a team for this. We're going to dig through this. This is a new program. We understand it. We're going to go in there. We hash things out and we'll come back to you and we'll tell you exactly what we think we should do. And just bear with me. And then he put the team together. Before I knew, there was like this email chain and all people like were going through it, got the information, came back with a solution. And literally within 24 hours, figured everything out, signed a government grant agreement. And what that made me feel was that Boast is an extension of our team. They're these experts, shred claim experts that I can reach out to at any time. And I don't have to be an expert on that. Just like how at Mintlist, we want everybody to get the best price for their car, to get the best deal. And you don't have to be a car expert to get a good deal. And Boast is the same way. You don't have to be a shred claim expert to maximize your shred claim. And that's what it does. It's not just a platform. I think it's the people who are behind it, who care and want to solve any problems that comes your way that they can. It's phenomenal.
Again, being part of that ecosystem, that's something we super take to heart, and that we can really plug in and make it so that you're spending your money where you need to spend it and not on the ancillary stuff. We'll cover you when it comes to the actual filing and making sure that the quality too, and that our understanding of the technology is up to par with what you need to get that maximum claim. So to hear that that's working in motion for you guys is amazing. It's, again, to my ears. I'm going to abuse that term, but I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. It's always amazing to talk to a team member of Boast. You really care about what you do, and we see the results. We get the big fat checks.
I love to hear it. That's going to be the name of the episode, Big Fat Checks. I love it. Thank you so much, Mehrsa.
Of course.
And thank you, listeners, for joining us. Please subscribe to What the Tech from Boast AI wherever you get your podcasts.